My name is Chidima Onuoha. I'm making this video from the United Kingdom. The woman with multiple scars. In 2022, August of 2022, I was struck with breast cancer. Then I joined NSPPD. I stumbled on NSPPD. It was on Facebook and I stumbled and I got glued and I started to join prayers. Now I got here August of 2022. Treatment started 4th of October of 2022. I received 32 rounds of chemotherapy on this body. I received 15 rounds of radiotherapy on this body. Now the devil struck again. In October of last year, I took ill. I was having this excruciating pain. It was unbearable. I was stooling, vomiting and everything. So I got ambulance picked me up and they started to investigate. So I was in the hospital for 5 days. So they were investigating, trying to say there was an inflammation, the bowel, and blah 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 blah. So they were suspecting bowel cancer. So when they took me to the hospital, as I was there, nothing would stay for 5 days. On the 3rd day or so, one of the nurses came to me and she said, I've come to take you, move you, because this is not your ward. I've come to move you to ward 25. Ward 25 is a cancer ward. And so I now remember the ward 25. My friend was in ward 25 just 3 weeks ago. She'll be buried tomorrow. I was there with her at ward 25 cancer ward. She died of colon cancer. I said, why are you taking me to ward 25? Is there something you guys are not telling me? You know? She said, no, I'm sorry. What was your history? You know, your past history. I said, are you working with my past history or working with my now history, nurse? She said, yeah, because of where you're coming from. I said, don't look at where I'm coming from. Now I don't have cancer and I am not going to that cancer ward. I had already packed my things because they had given me a prior, info there. So I was ready to follow the nurse. But when she mentioned that word, I said to her, I am not going there. So as I was talking to her, I was moving my thing back in my bag back into the wardrobe. I said, tell the doctor, whoever that told you that I am not going to that cancer ward because I do not have it. So Sunday came and the doctors wanted, because they continued their investigation. So they were supposed to carry out another MRI. So they took me there and I got there. It was on a Sunday. So I joined service, 1st to 4th service. So it was during the 4th service that they came to pick me. So they took me there. So when it was my turn, I don't know, there's this small room. They showed me to this small room and a small locker where I was supposed to put my things, jewelries and all that, So I opened the small locker. Instead of turning my phone off, because my phone was on, instead of turning my phone off, I left it on and put it in that small locker, locked it, took the key. So, so I went into the machine and that was supposed to last for 45 minutes. So 10 minutes into it, I started to hear Pastor Jerry's voice. Chineke me in my ears. I was in the machine, the MRI, that big machine. No, I said, I'm not dreaming. At first I thought I'm not dreaming. This continued and continued. At a point, I couldn't hold it any longer. So what I did was there's this buzzer that they give to you, So if you feel uncomfortable, just buzz them and they will speak to you or they come over. So I had to buzz. So I buzzed them. And I asked them, I said, what's going on? I said, something is playing in my ear. Where is it coming from? And I heard a voice. A lady said, I'm the one playing it. And I'm playing it from our computer. Eh? In the United Kingdom. You're playing? I said, she said, I walked into that small room and I could hear something. Something was talking in one of the lockers. I kind of felt it was yours or something. So I wanted to boost your faith. I said, something that is against your ethics. What if they catch you? I said, God bless you. So I continued. And the first word that dropped that day was, you are the light. and your light must shine. That's what Miss Pastor Jerry said. I was in that MRI machine. Ha! And I shouted, amen, amen. So when they finally finished and they pulled and I came out, I felt her hand. She tapped me and then she said, what God cannot do. I said, God does not exist. She said, sister, get up, let me help you up. She helped me up. And she wheeled me into my room. She wasn't supposed to do that. She said, I just want to wheel you. I want to talk to you. I want to know who you are. So we got to my room and I told her briefly who I was. And she was crying. She held my hands and we prayed. We prayed. We exchanged numbers. And this happened in the hospital. So the results, because they were checking for bowel cancer, colon cancer. So I waited until December. That was when I got the result. All clear. No cancer, no trace of cancer, and no trace, nothing. Pastor Jerry, and thank you for answering this call. Thank you for answering this call. If not for this prayer platform, depression would have killed me with what I have been through. What God cannot do does not exist.